Alright, folks. The fun's over. Marathon's over. It's not fun. Thank God. Holy crap. 10 days of hell, mostly. But let's take a look at the roadmap to the upcoming stuff. Japanese heavy tanks, presumably, but 13 minutes is pretty long. Holy crap.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Michael and we are back for the third episode of the roadmap highlights. I know it's summer, I know it's very hot, but nevertheless we are putting a lot of effort into developing your favorite game. Today, Aleksandra and I want to show you the latest updates from the World of Tanks development team, so please stay tuned as we have a lot of good news to share with you. There's a lot of content that we are sharing with you guys in this video, but I still want to point out that very soon we are releasing the British Wheeled medium vehicles that will enrich the gameplay and will cause a lot of cool situations within the battlefield. I can't wait until you guys can try those out.
Release more maps to play with.
Hello everyone! Great to have you back. Today we've got some exciting updates for you. Let's dive right in. Now, I'm sure many of you remember the Waffenträger and 𝗵𝗎 13 events. Well, we've got more updates and juicy details to share on these modes and more. And for those of you craving something fresh, we've got just the thing. Introducing Overwhelming Fire, an exciting event featuring the autocannons mechanic. And more updates on the Japanese heavy tanks.
Whoa, what the hell's that thing? That's like a souped up Char Future Project 4.
On the Japanese.
What is that? That's a Japanese heavy tank? That's pretty sick. Yeah, it's like a super Char Future Project 4 with the oscillating turret and a big ass gun, looks like. Also with coils and stuff. Is it for the Waffenträger event? I don't know, that's pretty neat.
These heavy tanks you've been asking for.
Overwhelming Fire is intended to be a fun mode and all about what if. It's about experimentation and crazy ideas at its very core. Such as, what if there was an autocannon 𝗵𝗵𝘃𝗶𝗰. While yes, it will feature autocannons, we intend for this mode to be more an enhancement to our usual fun events, finding new and fancy ways we can experiment and play with new mechanics and weird tank combinations, like this abomination, the autocannon 𝗵𝗵𝘃𝗶𝗃.
Oh my god, that's not toxic.
We'll be able to drive and experiment with 8 different vehicles. We will have all sorts of cannon and gun types for all, each with their own interface and cool visual effects. Which means you have to ask yourself just one question: do I feel lucky? Well, do you? And before any of you start getting overexcited, these tanks are intended to be fun and experimental only, not a precursor or plan for future tank release and designs for the live server. Sorry to ruin your dreams of role-playing as an A10 Warthog on tracks.
Yeah.
Get ready for the awesome Waffenträger game mode. It's crazy, chaotic, and a fun experience. 𝗵𝗎𝘃𝗃𝗃 is back, and she's all set to create mayhem on the battlefield. You might already know her, but if not, you'll quickly get to know this infamous driver and her legendary tank.
She has gone emo. Paint her hair black, or dyed her hair black and gone emo. I mean, all the other stuff: impulsive, sarcastic, adventurous, giggity, self-control, weak.
Say hello to Hannelore, 𝗵𝗎𝘃𝗃𝗃's older sister, who has now joined the Alliance. With a new ally, the Alliance also has a new commander, Jana, to aid the fight against the machinations of Maximilian Leonhard von Krieger Witthofen Baron zu Liedensenberg. This game mode will feel like a blast from the past for our experienced players, but with new exciting twists and updates to keep things fresh. And if you're a newer player, get ready for some wild and enjoyable mayhem in this mode. We've heard your requests and we're thrilled to announce the return of 𝗵𝗎𝘃 13, a highly anticipated game mode. This upcoming episode will serve as the epic conclusion to the currently planned trilogy. However, the future of the town of 𝗵𝗎𝘃 remains uncertain. The mode will have new enemies and bosses this year. Like in previous years, they will be mobile, agile, and hostile. They will be cunning and full of menace. The Immortal, with its amazing soundtrack, will make a return, but he's got some backup this year, with a different boss for players to face at each of the 3 different difficulty levels. I can't share their official names yet. You can say hello to Rob and Fluffy. Find them.
Oh, the titty! The titty is in the mode. What the hell is that thing? It's like a M103 with 2 barrels. The titty, that's a titty with double guns, though. Alright, fine. I mean, it's been like 9 months since the secret release of the titty, but alright.
A little less intimidating with these names, and perhaps you want to drop a comment down below and give us your nickname for these beautiful new creations. The plan is that these different bosses at different levels will keep the gameplay challenging but not repetitive as you develop your skills and tactics playing the mode. Remember, the key to success is to dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge those enemies. We're also going to introduce new mechanics that will allow you to deal with these dynamic and dangerous moments, like the ability to become invisible to the enemy or improve your reload speed. Let's hope for a nice conclusion to the story arc for our characters. But again, you never know, it's not the first time we've been surprised by the Immortal.
Many thanks to all of you who took part in testing in the last recon mission. By the end of the year, you can expect to see random events in random battles, with a special Maps in Development tag once you are in the battle to disable these maps from appearing in your map pool, as they are enabled by default. This new generation of maps should make random battles more dynamic, as the events can launch at any time during the battle, usually in the first half, though they may not happen at all.
The objects and effects of random events will be more detailed and spectacular than they were in Recon Mission. In some places, they will substantially change the map landscape, and here you can see the difference in the events on Himmelsdorf. The event zone will be significantly improved visually, and instead of the red line, there will be red fog, which indicates a dangerous zone. The event zone will be changed as well, with the vehicles inside the zone destroyed only if they interact with the big main object, like if an object crashes directly on top of your tank. If an object or its debris falls near your tank, the tank won't be damaged. This means you will have a chance to survive if you don't leave the zone in time. The way the event also triggers during the battle has been refined, and based on the testing and feedback, we hope that this should make the event occurrence more dynamic and not obstructive.
We have a lot of staff and resources currently invested in working on our new generation of maps. But we have not forgotten about old maps and the need of continual work and rebalance. We have around 10 maps being rebalanced to improve the gameplay experience on all of them and even out the win chance for both teams. Some of the maps will see some large changes, others will receive much smaller adaptations, depending on what the performance data shows, and of course on your feedback. Here's more details.
Mountain Pass will see the biggest changes. The heavy tank encounter zone will be expanded, with both balconies on the dominating heights reworked. Several new pieces of cover will also be added. Some areas will be changed for both teams. For instance, we will reduce the opportunities to fire from and be fired up on when leaving the spawn on both sides of the map.
Okay, that's a lot better. That is a whole lot better for crossing, but usually the top part of the map, or the forest area part, they have a little bit of a cover with the trees. You can knock them down, but for the bottom part, you'll get spotted. No question. Unless you're fast, but...
The 𝗘𝗃𝗁𝘃 map will also be improved in a lot of ways, starting with an expansion of the factory area to make the left side a little stronger, allowing players to...
Oh god, thank god, this is a cancer. It's not linear anymore. It's just everybody goes here or go here and just take pot shots for like 10 minutes. Fine, thank god.
More effectively in more positions, and the village was also widened. The 𝗑𝗿𝗃𝗃𝗃 ditch will better protect against fire from the spawn. On Oyster Bay, the lines of fire for artillery and the positions of sniping and ambush tanks will be better balanced, with some improvements also made to their initial routes when leaving the spawn. Other maps that will receive some love are Fisherman's Bay, Moravanka, Cliff, Live Oaks, Lakeville, Hence, and Siegfried Line.
We also saw a lot of interest and curiosity about new tanks from our last video. We felt it important to give you a very early sneak peek into the Japanese heavy tanks line.
Okay, this is good. Okay, slow down now.
The new line of tanks under development will be very different from the current Japanese heavy tanks that end in the Type 5. The Type 71 line will look far more modern and technologically advanced, and I'll say personally, I love the look of these new tanks.
Oh my god, that's just Japanese Leopard, practically. Okay, it's a beefed up STB Type 71, fine. This is a Leopard 1 that got Japanese-defied. Okay.
Even as an appreciator of big boxy straight line.
Oh my god, it looks like a 257-ish with a STA turret. Yeah, that whole looks like a Russian pike shape design too, like a V shape 257. Alright, fine, whatever.
Designs.
That is pretty neat. Holy crap. Alright.
The new tanks will
Tier
combine mobility
Tier 8?
and protection and feature adjustable hydro-pneumatic suspension on the higher tier vehicles. More importantly, of course, they will be equipped with a cool new gun mechanic. The gun cooling mechanic gives
Type 63. That's a premium, right? That looks like a friggin' larger Char Future Project 4 turret. Oh, okay. I mean, you have to sell the cool ones in premium shop. You get the weird STA thing with the Object 257 hull ish.
your choice of either firing quicker with regular accuracy or waiting a little longer before firing and being rewarded with noticeably improved default accuracy. The cooldown time is slightly longer than the reload time. Default accuracy of these heavies will be comparable to the other heavies of the same tier, with the mechanic applied to certain vehicles of the line. Combining this new gun mechanic with adjustable suspension systems, you should be able to experience a different type of gameplay than what you would normally expect from a heavy tank line. The goal for these tanks is to be versatile, fun, and not frustrating to play with or against. You will see more information as these tanks head to Super Test during September and as we get ever closer to their release after the British wheeled medium vehicles.
Holy crap! So basically they had two mechanics, one with the hydropneumatic suspension and one a new gun mechanic. That's basically like the 𝗏𝗃𝗃𝗃. You get a DPM buff or accuracy buff, but or normal, just normal DPM, but alright, more and more I guess is not half bad.
We know many of you have been asking for updates about what's happening with the crew since we last announced any details. Following that last announcement, we have been working hard on putting your feedback into action. We're still in early development phase, so the changes will come live in spring next year at the earliest, but we want to share these important details with you now.
We will remove below 100% trained crews in order to make the player experience with crews more convenient and friendly. All crews will start with a 100% training on the vehicle they are trained in. We are aware many players have invested time and energy in their crews, especially when it comes to training them. The XP that was earned training 50% crews up to 100% will be added to the crew experience pool. This change in tank training level means that you will no longer be able to transfer crew to a standard tech tree tank that they are not trained for.
Oh, okay, so it's not that bad. It's no 100% or no under 100% training, which is a plus, but then again, you cannot do a 50% Churchill gun carrier meme run anymore, unfortunately.
Have also been working on a brand new info page that will provide you with an overview of the upcoming events, updates, and features in the next several months of World of Tanks. This should help you see important upcoming events and help ensure you don't miss anything you'll find cool and exciting. I know in particular, this will be welcome for any campaign players. Make sure to check out this new feature that will help you keep up to date with all upcoming updates and events with all your tanking needs.
Thank you for watching the video, guys, and before you go on your well-deserved
vehicle rebalance for the last part.
summer holiday, I want to assure you that we are working on a very sensitive and important topic constantly, which is vehicle rebalancing. Unfortunately, I have no information that I can share with you right now. There's a lot of work going on and a lot of discussions, and we really want to get it right. But rest assured that in the next upcoming months, you will get an update on the latest development on this stage. In the meantime, I want you to hit like and subscribe so you're not missing.
Alright, so we're done with the video, but goddamn, this marathon was a pain in the ass. So, no new maps, unfortunately, but at least there are a few rebalances as well as the dynamic stuff. No mentioning of dynamic water, I presume, but we'll have to wait and see. I mean, night mode is more like an arcade mode. Same goes with the overwhelming fire thing. But Waffenträger is back, which is nice, along with the Waffenträger boxes. They recently rebalanced the Tier 9 premium version of a Swedish medium tank for likely the Waffenträger box now. And the Chinese server is already getting it on their loot box thing, but Swedish. I forgot the name already. This thing. The 03 version number 3. It has an autoloader now. Yep. So they rebalanced this thing like last year or this year, but they're going to sell this thing in the Waffenträger event. Mirny 13 is back, which is nice. Overwhelming fire. We'll get to try out the rocket launcher. Rocket launcher. Oh my god.
While yes, it will feature autocannons, we intend for this mode.
Yeah, freaking rocket barrage. But we'll try out the newer ones. Only tried the 3 on the test server, but we'll try the other ones. Waffenträger event, Mirny 13. Not bad. I mean, everybody likes it. You get 2 new bosses instead of the actual Leviathan or whatever the hell they call it.
The mode will have the Immortal with its amazing soundtrack will make a return, but he's got some backup this year with a different boss for players to face at each of the 3 different difficulty levels. I can't share their official names yet. You can say hello to
So this is like the titty. We already covered the titty, but it's a little bit bigger now compared to the double barrel M103 with the mini turret on top. So where is the titty? It's secretly added to the game file without even debuting on the common test. Or it debuted on the common test without the super test info. There we go. But where is the titty? There it is. So that thing, somehow a little bit bigger, right? Little bit. It's very close with the mine clearing rollers at the front, but you get 2 new little skill perk thing. Random events is pretty good, so they removed the red lines and used red smoke, which is a little bit befitting, but whatever. Map improvements, Japanese heavy tanks with the special type 63, which looks like a char feature project 4. I mean, this is the premium. We'll cover it. We'll cover all the test stats and other stuff, but overall, it's okay, I guess. It's fine. I mean, we weren't expecting the British wheel medium tanks soon. We were expecting like these vehicles for end of summer or something, but apparently 4 tech trees for this year. Not bad. Japanese tank destroyers are mostly average. I played a few, and tier 8 is like a freaking 5 out of 10, 5.5 out of 10, mostly because of the cupola. Let me see in my garage. But yeah, that cupola, weak on top. Tier 7 is good, tier 9 is good, tier 10 is iffy, mostly because of the hull armor, but at that point you're not using the vehicle for armor. 74% win ratio, holy shit. Oh, the gyro is slow. This thing's a piece of crap. This thing is slow. This thing's alright. It's like a martyr at tier 5, which is fine, whatever. This thing's not half bad. It's like a Yak Panther. This is debatable, but mostly because of the cupola. This is like a Ferdinand with a big gun, which is not half bad. 300mm for the superstructure, also pretty good. As for the Chinese rocket heavy tanks, not bad. I like my tier 9. Tier 9 looks pretty nice, but it depends on your accuracy with the gun. Tier 8 is mostly because of the cupola. Tier 7 is also not bad. Cupola smaller, but... And surprisingly, this has been fun. The Battle Pass version without the rockets. This actually has been fun with the Polish turret, but... surprising. Well, there you go, folks. We'll take a look at the British wheel vehicles and later with the Japanese heavy tanks, but they get 2 systems, which means there's another update to your gunner sights, another update to your XVM, so to speak, but yeah, that marathon was a pain in the ass. So, alright, as always, thank you guys for watching this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. We'll be making more video. We're back. Can't even talk anymore after 10 days of hiatus. We're back into making videos, but as always, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
雨はいつか